friend, lovers, all of these relationships are based on the body. So when the body is finished, the relationship is also finished. There's nothing spiritual about any of that. So how could it be part of the spiritual world? So you have to get your ontology figured out. Most people don't understand the difference between spiritual and material. They don't have that distinction. They don't have the definitions to make that distinction in their ontology. So they artificially combine things that are material with things that are spiritual. They lump them all in together, and then they try to make relationships between them that don't really apply. And this is because of confusion about what's really material and what's really spiritual. Well, generally, the body is material, and the soul or spirit is spiritual. And even though the soul comes within the body for a temporary journey in this material world, when the soul leaves this body, all that is finished. I mean, it's just like if you're grown up now, it's very likely that the people you knew, the friends that you had, for example, when you were a young kid, you don't have those friends anymore. Most people move around so much in this world that they don't stay in touch with the people that they grew up with. So it's very likely that the people you had a relationship with when you were, let's say, 5 years old, you don't have a relationship with anymore. And that's just from childhood to adulthood. Well, what about when you leave this body at the time of death? You think you're still going to retain relationships with the people that you had a relationship with in this life? That's very unrealistic. Even in this life, we lose touch with the people that we had relationships. Well, what to speak of going to the next life or going to the spiritual world? No. Going to the spiritual world means, first of all, you have to be willing and even enthusiastic to give up all these material relationships. That's the first thing. Even Jesus said, a lot of Christians believe this nonsense, that when you go to the spiritual world or you go to heaven, then all your relatives are there and your pet dog and everybody,
Little sin.
No, this is ignorant. Even Jesus said, remember, let the dead bury their dead. Leave everything and follow me. Remember that? The boy came and he said, oh, Master, I want to follow you. And Jesus said, okay, come on, let's go. And the boy said, well, just a minute. I have to go home and bury my father. The father just died. So he was acting out of sentiment. Oh, the father died. Now I understand this world is just temporary. This life is just illusion. So here's the Master I want to follow. So, but just wait a minute, Master. I have to go home and bury my father. And Jesus replied with great gravity, let the dead bury their dead. Come and follow me. So this is a wonderful lesson. This is great, because what is he saying? He's saying these material relationships have no influence, no presence, no meaning in the spiritual world. Let the dead are the people who are identified with this material life which ends in death. Okay, they're already dead because they identify with the body which is bound to die. You see? So the people who have life are those who identify with spirit, who know that they're pure consciousness, that they're eternal, that they don't die when the body dies. You see? Those are the people who are qualified for discipleship. So he says to those people, he says, come and follow me. Let the dead bury their dead. In other words, leave all that behind. Leave all that baggage. Leave all those rocks. If I want to give you a diamond, You have to put down your bag of rocks first. You're carrying this big, heavy bag of rocks, all these material attachments. You can't take that diamond. Yet that diamond is worth 1,000 million times the value of those rocks. But because you're attached, you say, no, I can't put down my rocks. I have to go back and bury my father. I have to take care of my family stuff. You say like that. So Jesus just, he just went, come on, let's go. And the boy said, no, I have to go. Oh, too bad. Sorry. Then they moved on. In this life, generally speaking, a person gets one chance. That's if they're fortunate. If they're unfortunate, they don't get any chance. But even if they're fortunate, they may get one good chance to join the esoteric school. One good chance to come to the feet of the master. And if they blow it, well, sorry, maybe next lifetime. I didn't make that rule. I'm not speaking like that because I'm, a tough-minded old bird. That's not my rule. That's God's rule. But I observe this again and again and again. How many times have we seen? Somebody will come and they make a big noise. Okay, I'm here. All right, Hare Kṛṣṇa, here we go. Yeah, going to go back to Godhead. Yeah, rah, 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 sis, boom, bah. And then a few weeks later, it's like, well, what happened to so-and-so? We never hear from him anymore. And gradually they go away. They get distracted. They fall down. We've seen this happen so many times. So many times. At one point in their life, out of sentiment, they have a little attraction for the esoteric work, for the school. They come and they want to join the school. Yeah, sign up. Great. And then, I don't know, something happens. Usually what happens, it goes like this. I've seen this happen. Somebody in their life will say, basically, if you get into this stuff, then you can forget our relationship. And they go, oh, well, the heck with that. And they drop it. They don't pass the test. This is the test. This is all a test. This is a test. You have to be aware. When you approach the esoteric school, you're going to be tested. It's not like an ordinary thing where you sign up and then, if you sign up for college or something like that and you just go to the classes and somehow or other, you fake it on the exams or cram the night before and you get through it somehow or other. No, it's not like that at all. This involves your whole life, your whole consciousness, and God is directly involved. And He's everywhere, and He sees everything, and He knows everybody's heart. So He is going to test you. He is in charge here. I'm just a servant. Try to understand. People have this idea of guru as being like, master.
Your Holiness.
And I go, bzzz, and then, I'm enlightened. No, it's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. Krishna is in charge here. Krishna is the headmaster. I'm just the classroom teacher, the monitor. That's all. I make sure everybody comes to class. That's all. I'm just a servant. Maybe I'm a more experienced servant. Maybe I have more responsibility in the esoteric school than the other servants. But still servant. Try to understand. The master is simply the most advanced servant. You see? People take advantage of this misunderstanding. And they play this master role. And they get all into it, Oh yes, I'm going to give you the Shakti. They get their big feather duster, like Mukunda. You used to have that big feather duster, you know? Huh? Oh, he's some Swami from India. He's dead now. But anyway, it's just an act. Huh? The real master is the one who's most humble, most surrendered. Try to understand. You see, if I had my way, I wouldn't be sitting here. Somebody else would be sitting here. And I would be listening. I would be helping. I don't want to be the leader. You know, I don't like it. But somebody has to do it and nobody else is doing it. So I wind up having to do it. But, you know, I'm just a servant. I take orders. So that's what we're doing. Okay.
Question from Josh Lindy.
Uh-huh.
Can we sing Kirtan?